welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the late Purified podcast. Today is June 28th, 2022. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. It has been another week and a little bit more of Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's been exciting, man.
definitely. Now, if you are actually like on the live podcast right now, we're recording a little bit late because I kind of made the decision that I knew there was going to be a little bit more news coming up. But of course, Niantic likes to wait until the last minute to do everything. So I went ahead and said, let's just wait a couple of days and it will be fine. So we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else. Let's remind everybody that we are part of the Professor Network. Check us out, professornetwork.com/purified podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single day. There's a lot going on, definitely, in Pokemon Go these days, right?
Yeah, it seems like, at least right now, you can't drive down the street, basically, without, seeing a Dragonite on
Yeah,
the
I know, right?
map. And that's pretty exciting to see, because, like, you could never imagine that, even the first week of Pokemon Go.
Well, let me ask you, Chris. When the first game first came out, did you ever see a wild Dragonite for the first 7 months?
Whew. No, I don't think I saw one for the first year.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah,
remember
nah.
seeing one. Um, it was down in San Arms, and me and my
Okay.
brother. I think me and my brother were actually just cruising around because we were addicted at the time. More addicted than today for sure. But yeah, I remember actually seeing in the nearby, and then my brother said that it's like, you know what, it feels like that could be unreachable because that was after the update to the Pokestops. I can't remember though. I don't know if it was after or before, but we did see the silhouette of it, and we're like, dang it. But oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, no, Dragonite, Snorlax, Lackings, everything over 3,000 CP appearing in the wild is like it's just an insane.
It's wild, man.
It's been an insane event for sure. I think we're a little too tired of it now, especially because we've seen probably all the starters, Pikachu for too much, especially today since it was Spotlight Hour. And then, of course, the TCG actual cards will come out this Friday as a recording of this podcast. So we'll have, I guess we got some packs ready to go. I'll probably be saving some for the podcast itself next week. But yeah, no, that we definitely are excited for that set specifically. Since the event is actually ending in the next 2 days, I believe. Let me check the news here. Yeah, basically 2 days.
Yeah.
Which is actually okay. But anyways, I guess we'll go ahead and give our ratings to this event. I think it was phenomenal how they executed. Maybe a little too many second evolutions research around. I really don't like to actually see Pokemon that you can get shinies, but it's still cool for the extra large candy. Dragonite and everything else in the wild was amazing. Every time I see one, I was like, "Yay, yay!"
Yeah, it's been crazy seeing them at the Pokestops and everything.
Definitely. And then race were okay. Of course, Mewtwo was here for 2 weeks, so if you didn't get your Shando, what's wrong with you? But of course, it is what it is. We still have one last Mewtwo raid hour tomorrow. I have a lot of things going on that day, so it will depend on what I will be doing. If people invite me, that's fine. I'll probably be doing like a train rain through the end of the night or something. But I give the rate, I want to give it an 8.5. I think it's a good rating for this event. Not too bad to do everything crossover-wise to the TCG world. What about you, Chris?
Personally, I think I'd give it an 8. Not that it wasn't like super super fun. Only because and I think I talked about this last time. I really wanted to hunt shiny Snorlax, and don't get me wrong, I've been able to check like maybe a little bit around 10, I'd say somewhere in between 10 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought there'd be a little bit more. I don't know if more quests would have made me more happy, or seeing him in the wild more. I will say in raids he has been spawning adequately.
Yeah,
So that's been fun.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't too bad. So, what do you give your rating at the end for this?
If I wasn't expecting, to check more Snorlaxes, I'd probably give it close to an 8.5 or 9.
Okay.
Because like overall, the spawns have been really fun. I think being able to hunt shiny Meltan is always a huge plus.
That always, always. I
Huge
actually,
plus.
if I think about it, I do have one box ready
Yeah,
in
I got to do
about.
one tonight. I reminded myself.
Yeah, I'm thinking of just like trying to. I'm thinking of skipping tonight and just wait until like early in the morning tomorrow, like super early, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, so I can reset the timer, and then I'll still have enough time to open one more before the event ends. I believe, I think. Yeah, so it ends usually ends around. It says 20. It says 2 days specifically, so I'm guessing there is like an hour in between, something like that. So I'm trying to just do it in the morning so I can at least get one last box with shiny Melton in it. Unless it ends at 10 o'clock, but I don't think it does. I don't
Ooh.
remember.
No, no, it should end at either 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. In 2 days.
Yeah, but if I wait until then and by the time the event ends, I'm not gonna have
Yeah.
another box up. I kind of messed up the timing on some of the boxes because I completely forgot really. I opened so many and I got one shiny of each box so far, so I might just say F it and then just go ahead and open the box tonight and be like, I'm ready for my Shando, please. But I want to try to see if I can get as maximum as possible when it comes down to it.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely has been nice to you,
Yeah.
this event.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I can extend it. I think I have to do it tonight, and then if not, I'll lose the chance because work and everything will not let me do much as I want to.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's the TCG event. I know we kind of skip ahead into that, but let's go ahead and get our shiny halts, hundos, PvPs. Also, Community Day Dino was this last weekend, so that's something that we'll definitely be talking about just in a moment. But let's see what we got first.
All right, all right, all right. Um, if I go back about 7 days, okay.
7-ish.
So, the coolest things is it actually started when I started using my Go Plus again. I was able to get a shiny Magikarp and a shiny Squirtle back to back. That was pretty cool. And then I got a shiny 15 attack, 13 defense, and 15 HP Onyx.
Nice.
And I think that's my best shiny at least that I'm gonna Mega Evolve, but I should have a better one. And I did get a shiny female Pikachu with the trading card hat.
Oh, that's so nice. I've been wanting for that for
Yeah,
a while.
I was really excited about that. I was hoping to get the male too. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I doubt it.
We
I
got a
got a
couple days.
shiny. You could, yeah, I can always hope. And then a shiny Alolan Rattata, and then I actually was able to trade with a local friend for two shiny Cranidos. Both ended up being lucky. Only one of those was a guaranteed.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
and then I was able to score three shiny dinos. I
Nice.
worked, yeah, I worked through like the whole thing. Um, and then I was able to. I only got one at work, and then because of the rating events, I was able to get two more, one per cluster spawn. Like I wasn't in the area for very long for both of them.
Right.
I was in the area for maybe 5 minutes for each one.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I could have got more, but I was very happy with it because I already did have the shiny before the community day, but that was great. And let me hear about how many hundos you got,
Yeah.
buddy.
All right. Including Community Day hundos, I did get 3 hundos during Community Day. I didn't get
Oh,
anything before that, but the TCG event was it. So I was able to max out a Hydreigon all the way to level 50. I did get a Swellows, at least another Dino Hundo in the Swellows, and then I got Lissapot Well, actually,
Ooh.
Wimpod or whatever it's called. But yeah, I actually got that as a hunt. I'm actually happy about that. I have more than enough candies to evolve it. I don't have enough for the max out, but it's fine. As for shinies or shinies, what do I say it? The week, I guess, I started out just like catching a lot of different things. The TCG event week 2, I believe, is what we call it, right? Because we already went over the first half of it. I was getting a ton of Meltons, or at least I've been getting at least one Melton per box, like I mentioned before. I got a shiny Onyx at work, a shiny Mewtwo from Raid Hour, or like a minute before Raid Hour, I guess. Go plus a shiny Six again, traded for a shiny Bulbasaur. And then I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 shiny dinos. None of them are good IBs. I mean, I did get a random non-lucky tray shiny from one of my friends. So it was, I think it is a, it's like 90 or 89, but it's 15 attack. So that's what matters.
Ooh.
That's not bad. 15, 12, 12, I believe it's called. Yeah, 15, 12, 12. Another shiny Melton from the last box. And then today, I actually get another shiny Pidove. So I actually have... If you don't know this, but I actually have just enough Pidove between male and female to have the full line.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, that is one you at least need a male and a female
Yeah,
for, so
so
that's interesting.
I was able to get both. Today was being the other one that I needed. Technically, I already have them, but having the extras plus then extra Pidove and everything, I guess it's more than enough. But yeah, I got more than enough Pidoves. I keep complasting them for some reason. Every time I open the app when I'm like back from work or something, I see it. I'm like, where'd you come from? Be a Magic or something, But yeah, I'm actually being super happy that getting a lot of shiny Meltons. I just love getting a stock up of those because if you want to do a lucky trade or something like that, it's always available there. I'm always having extras and everything. Hopefully, other people will have extras, but that's just my part when it comes down to it.
It's super rare too, since they
Yeah.
put a time limit on it.
Yeah, so I hope, and I do hope, that because we're going into basically anniversary territory, which we'll talk about today too. Hopefully, in the anniversary, they do still extend the shiny Melton ability, but I doubt it because they gave them 2 weeks, 2 full weeks of shiny Melton. So if you didn't really do your boxes right, like nobody has, that's a different story.
No fingers pointed at me.
No finger pointed at like it's like But yeah, so far that was actually pretty good. Now community day, one of the best community days we had. Now I think a lot of people can actually agree to me. The bonus with Swilus spawning in the wild was garbage.
Yeah, it was rough to catch and rough to raid.
Yeah. Now, of course, Swilus' ability to spawn in the wild was actually had a higher chance of catching it, so you didn't have to waste like all the Ultra Balls on one Swilus or anything like that. So it had, I think, like a 40% chance of catching instead of like the usual 10% chance on it. So it wasn't that bad. It was usually on the green when you were trying to catch it, but of course, it's still one of those Pokemon that are like, F you, you're not gonna catch me right now, kind of thing. But I did play the whole community day, at least the 3 hours plus maybe an extra hour to try on the raids. And just like Chris mentioned, Swilus in 4-star raids, even with the quadruple weakness to Fairy, it cannot be duo unless you have like the most optimal counters and the perfect weather on it. And trust me to say, I don't have that many fairies that are power up to level 50 or anything like that. So,
Dude, I had weather boost for fairy for a lot of it, and I think I did maybe a third
right.
of its damage.
Mm-hmm.
For a 4-star, that's insane.
The problem with it, aside from being just as tanky as it was, is that the timer. They give us regular 4-star, 3-star timer, and it was just not enough. It wasn't enough to be able to beat down a Swilus in that regard. Now, of course, if you had a group,
Yeah.
which kind of makes sense, you want to get a group together and start doing all of this. The worst part, the bad part about that is that we saw enough Swilus for one day. It was too many, and we really have the ability to say that I'm gonna waste a break pass just to get a couple extra punts, which I was able to do one, and my goodness, the 300-meter radius was actually insane. catching 2 more shinies at the time of that too. So it was actually okay, but it could have been executed just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just because of how it is. Now, of course, a lot of people are actually saying that if they're going to do this, then let us at least catch Swallows or that second stage evolution as a shiny, or have the chance of a shiny. Any thoughts on that, Chris, or anything that you
To
have?
me, I feel like it definitely is something that benefits somebody in my position, where it's somebody that's stuck at work,
Right.
and then they want to get even a little bit of spawns to try and get 1 or 2 shinies after the fact. So that part I like, but the fact that you need 4 trainers to take one out, a lot of them being people that already have the shiny dinos,
Yeah.
so why even go through the trouble?
Yeah.
um so maybe if it was 3 star, it'd be a ton easier. You'd only need like 2 people, right?
Right.
That's just my input on that.
And
um
of course, you can get invited into it, but you can't do it. It was it had
yeah,
the whole ability then. So even if you had the people to do it, people were really just not that interested of doing it.
yeah,
So
no.
I mean, like I said, I think I understand completely how you want to actually execute this to make sure that more people are get together and do what it is, but just make it a little more exciting than just having another Swallows and then just get the spawns right after that. Which I guess that's the reward for doing it. But after 3 hours of doing what you were doing, there is no point of having that, and especially when we're having all the Swallows in the world just happening right now. Now, the extra large candy grind was amazing. And plus I did have a level 3 mega throughout the entirety of the event. So
Ooh.
I gained like well, at least well over 1,000 extra large candy just by catching everything that I see in sight.
1,000 extra large?
Way over 1,000 extra large candy. Yes.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I have a friend, Hypnotic Melodic, who had his level 3 mega. He had well over 1,200 extra large candy at the end of that event.
Dude, that is crazy.
Indeed. So between the boost of the mega, the extra large candy chance, and the Swallow spawning, all of that equal out just getting so many extra large candies. It was insane. I have enough just to power 2 more to level 50 if I wanted to. I'm just trying to save it for a Shando if I get it, but dreams can come true hopefully. But yeah,
It sounds like mega Pokemon are definitely the way
it is.
right now.
It
Because
is.
I'm in awe of how much extra large candy you got from that. Because it
Yeah.
wasn't even weather boosted the whole time, right? Maybe
No.
part of it though.
No, we didn't actually have any weather boost at all throughout the entirety
Oh,
of the 3 hours. It was cloudy, which was nice because Florida heat weather would have killed me. So I'm actually
yeah.
lucky at least on that. But yeah, no, it just the extra large like I literally was just checking because I was quick catching, so I was trying to just maximize my ability of getting as many dinos as possible.
Yes.
But for one reason, I remember seeing that I had. I mean, I started the event I think with a little over 100 extra large candy, anyways.
Hmm.
Like 10 minutes later, I had over 250. Like I was just like racking up the extra large candy like there was no tomorrow. I can tell you that much. That it was. It's probably one of the best ways to grind extra large candies. Community Day and the Mega Level 3.
That is
Um,
crazy.
I think
I
if
still can't believe that.
I think if I would have done a spotlight hour with a electric type mega, which unfortunately I don't have one yet at level 3, I need a little more energy for those. I
Hmm.
should have been able to get it well over 200, or well probably over 400,000 or 400 extra large candy at that point. So just by Pikachu alone, even though it's hard to catch anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a rough one.
But either way, the mega system to level 3, I really suggest anybody who has the spare mega energy to just go ahead and try to get as closest to level 3 as possible. It's just well worth the investment if you're going to play in major events like Community Day, Go Fest, or any other ones. Any event that basically boosts your chance of getting the extra large scan that you want, you do want a Mega Evolution level 3 at all costs. Even at level 2 is like pretty insane. But you do want the level 3. I think most of my Hondo's megas for like I have like every Hondo for the mega. So I've been actually just been stacking up on the levels. Now I have I think 90% of them done. I have like maybe 4 left. Gyarados, Absol, which I'm almost done with that too. Manectric and Ampharos. So again, my 2 Mega Electric types are the ones that are missing the most energy. Just because I didn't have that much extra Mega Energy, I'm probably gonna put Manectric as my next body, and then just power that up for the extra large Gengar. So that way I'll be ready for any other type of event that I need. Everything else I'm ready for. Like I have everything for probably every single typing in Pokemon Go, aside from probably Poison. I don't have a Poison type, I believe. There's no Poison type Megas. There is one, I think. I'm thinking I'm thinking on top of my head, but oh yeah, Gengar is.
Gengar. Yeah, that's a good one.
I keep forgetting that Gengar is something's a poison type. Anyways, we're ranting too much when it comes to just the extra large candy grind. Again, I do really suggest that that's the case. So that's all the events that happened in the last week and some days. Let's get into some research topics. We have some exciting news to cover.
Venusaur too.
Venusaur.
Just really quick.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know you were just like thinking ahead, but yeah.
I was like, duh.
And I have 2 Charizards, the X and Y, to do that. So both of them are ready to go. All right. Yeah. News. We got. This is the reason why we actually waited until today to really do the podcast, because we needed a little bit extra news, and we wouldn't want to do the podcast, just talk about Community Day, and then wait until next week to talk about something that's gonna happen next week, anyways. So. And the only reason I want to shout out to Mystic 7 from actually showing us his kind of calendar of videos that he was gonna post. He kind of crossed out Tuesday, and I was like, yeah, that's the day that we're gonna get the news. That's the day we're gonna definitely get the news. So shout out to you, man. But thank you for the extra info on us non-Niantic sponsor guys. But anyways, let's get into the news. We got pretty exciting ones. You want to go ahead and talk about the first one?
Sure. We already saw a little bit about this during Go Fest, but Ultra Beasts are coming to Pokemon Go Fest celebrations around the world. So we already saw one, and there are more Go Fest still. So we're going to be seeing more.
3.5, I think. 3 Go Fest, and then a final celebration of the summer end, I guess, in August. So, but yes, Ultra Beasts are coming. And it's not just little Hello or Night Hello or whatever you call it, I guess. We're getting 3 new Ultra Beasts appearing only at the GoFest locations, of course, of Berlin, Seattle, and Sapporo, Japan. And each one of them will appear in its own area. Berlin will have Pheromosa, the bug fighting, kind of lady-looking kind of bug Pokemon. I guess cockroach Pokemon is more like it, but I don't know.
Yeah, cockroach.
Yeah. Seattle will have Buzzlord, the buff one, like one with the arms and everything is like
a mosquito.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. That makes sense, I guess. And then Sapporo will have probably my favorite one, Secretary.
Really?
Well, it's one of my favorite ones. I like his shiny form, though.
I do like his shiny, too.
Yeah. He's electric type Christmas tree, like a lot of people are talking about, basically. But yeah, so 3 new Ultra Beasts. I guess that also continues with the story of how Professor Will is technically not with us right now. He's been in the Ultra Wormhole, and then we have Ray, whatever his Ultra Squad member here with us. So there's also exciting things happening with that. We'll actually be getting, for the first time in 4+ years, we're getting a brand new Pokeball type in Pokemon Go, the Beast Balls.
Yes.
Now, this is actually something interesting. One of them because being a brand new ball. 2 of them because it's supposed to only be for Ultra Beasts. And then I think that there is a glitch or a new update that if you haven't caught your Nihilahelo from the Go Fest, the Global Go Fest, it is a possibility to already be able to activate the Ultra Beast Ball, or the Beast Ball, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
But a lot of people try to recreate it. I don't know how it works, so I'm not sure. So don't try it if you haven't actually caught it yet. But if you do have the ability to get it, just try to get it, I guess, you know? Any thoughts on that, Chris?
Beast Ball is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm seeing right now is that it is only for in-person Go Fest, so I'm a little bit sad. But I'm very happy for you. And I do think it is a nice way to like commemorate
Yes.
going somewhere.
Yes.
Um, so I do really like that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Just I'll try to send you as many races as possible. Of course, you know, wanna get that ability. As long as they don't block it, I do hope they don't block the raids for the Golf Fest events.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really hoping I get them, but I don't think they're gonna have the Beast Ball, sadly. But
No,
I
yeah.
really do want to do those raids.
Now there was a little bit more news. Of course, they talk about the share bonuses that they have through all Golf Fests. More bonuses throughout it if you have events, tickets for trainers at Seattle, Sapporo, clean up to night remote raid passes. Not remote, but regular raid passes. And then Tico Recoveries will appear more often, and it will give you more serious components. You know, same deal, everything. However, let's look out for a couple extra Pokemons appearing in the Golf Fest ahead. Ultra Beasts are not the only exciting Pokemon appearing during our in-person celebration. Cowboy Hat Snorlax will be appearing in the
Yeehaw.
wild. Oh my god, dude. The internet went wild when we saw this, though. Especially for our dear friend on Twitter, Cowboy Hat Caterpie. We were waiting for that one tiny little announcement from it, and he just ripped it off. Ah.
Did he probably read that like super fast and was like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Wait, Snorlax."
Oh my god. So it was, I mean, unfortunately, that even though the community has been literally asking, like, this guy, that first of all, kudos to this guy, like, dedication to just promote his actual want of the Pokemon with a hat, Cowboy Caterpie. I mean, kudos to him. I mean, he, everybody in the community literally knows him because of that. Because he's the first in every post in Pokemon Go to see that he wants that Pokemon in the game. And, you know, he made his name because of it, and it's actually been pretty exciting. So everybody follows him. Like, probably the entire Pokemon Go community follows him at this point.
Oh yeah.
So when we all saw this, we were all sharing a tear of disbelief every that moment we saw the name completely different from what we expected. But hey, the assets are there.
Exactly.
It,
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
It all depends on putting it on the right Pokemon next time. Niantic, you're hearing this. You definitely want to do this. You will probably make one man incredibly happy, and probably a whole community when it comes down to it.
Oh my god.
Especially now, I feel like Niantic is just teasing it. Like, it's teasing us to that one event, you know. But yeah, it's still, you know, it's still pretty exciting. Snorlax is not a bad Pokemon. It is basically a full evolution Pokemon that you can get as a shiny. So it's gonna have its own custom at the end of the day. But yeah, get to it, Niantic. And then of course we do have the unknowns letter A, B, E, L, R, S, T, and U appear in the wild. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one. Only in the in-person events, of course. So all of them can be shiny, so that's actually pretty exciting. I do hope that at least the spam rates are a little bit better when it comes down to it, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's the event. That's the news. Extra news on GoFest. I mean, they keep adding things to this. It's just, I mean, the next GoFest is actually this weekend, if you think about it. So the Berlin GoFest is happening this weekend, which, you know, will give us correspondence to the next few events coming up. But yeah. Next on our list, Community Day, again.
Yes. Yeah. This one is kind of a doozy in like a weird way. July 2022 Community Day. It's gonna be Starly, the Starling Pokemon. I know probably my friend Alex, Spidey, is gonna be pretty excited for this. I don't know how I feel about it. How are you feeling?
I mean, it's a new shiny.
Yeah, it's new.
It's new. It's a new shiny. So, Community Day starting. After, of course, one of the best Pokemons for Community Day during the summer of 2022, we have to have something that's not as less exciting. I do believe the reason why they want to do this, and this is just my own opinion, is that they don't want Niantic doesn't want us to have too many exciting events back to back in the month of July. I mean, we're having so
Oh,
many things coming up, and plus the Go Fest are still active. So I believe that this is a nice little relaxing way of actually playing. So it's not a bad thing. Still could have been something a little bit better than just Starly when it comes down to it. But Starly and Staraptor, at least Staraptor itself, is not a bad Pokemon. It doesn't like break the meta, but it's still something that's going to be nice to hunt here and there. I still don't have the hunt though. My friend has two of them, Purified at that point. But yeah, so when it's happening, Sunday, July 17th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. local time. Starlet will appear more in the wild. Staraptor, or at least evolve the Pokemon all the way into Staraptor to know this new move, the fast attack, Gust. So, what's your thoughts on this guy? We already know the power level of Gust.
I think, like, in my opinion, this makes it, just a fun Pokemon for everybody to kind of hunt after, for PvP and shiny. Same as, it's just something out there, kind of off meta.
Yeah,
I think Staraptor still isn't going to be the go-to bird, but I do think this gives him a lot more viability,
right.
because he'll be able to reach those hard-hitting charge moves a lot faster.
That's true. I mean, it all depends on how people really utilize it and how it's gonna potent between them. Now, of course, Staraptor is basically competing with Pidgeot at this point. And
Yeah.
but Pidgeot has a good move as a Feather Dance, and that changes a lot of different things, which was broken for a little bit there.
Oh yeah. In my opinion, it's still like super super annoying to deal with.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
interesting.
it's definitely something interesting in the meta.
Yeah, definitely. So keep an eye out for it. Maybe catch a few things there and there to see if you can actually have one specifically for that. But yeah, a Community Day story field notes Starly. So I guess they kind of like they just don't want to make any more names for the Community Day special research.
They had to let that guy go.
Yeah, they
He
were
was
like,
making too many puns.
yeah, no, Niantic, step are you going? But anyways, the $1 special research story. Of course, you can gift it to some people if you want to, and all that. So the event bonuses we have. It's interesting. I mean, they're trying to pair it to make it a little more exciting. But we have 3 times catch experience, two
Yeah.
times chance of receiving extra large candy for catching Starly. 2 times catch candy for it. Lure modules and incense will last for 3 hours. Then snapshots for the surprise. An extra special tray per day to a maximum of 3 per day. And then trades will, of course, be 50 less Stardust to do. So it's still exciting, when it comes down to it. A lot of stuff, especially the 3 times catch experience. If you are looking to go into the higher levels, you're grinding to level 40 to level 50, whatever the case may be, you do want to play throughout the event. Lucky Aegon gives you 6 stars experience. If you have group play, if you're playing with other people, of course, you will actually able to activate the lore modules, and if enough trainers catches Pokemon out of the lore module, the 4 times catch experience will be active for the next 30 minutes. And of course, Lucky Egg will be 8 times. So it is kind of nice if you're actually playing in one place, where a lot of Pokestops and a lot of people are playing. I don't think a lot of people are going to be playing though. So just
Compared to
because
Dino, no.
no, definitely not. But yeah, so that's that. Then we also have the return of the raid battles for the community days. So once again, you are able to beat down a 4-star raid Staravia in raid battles, and then of course you'll have the ability to spawn more Starlies around the area of the gym once you do. And then, of course, stickers, which are kind of cute. That's about it.
Yeah, I do like the stickers.
Yeah. Any thoughts on this, Chris?
Um, this Staravia is going to be very annoying. Is
Mm.
the first thing I'm thinking, because it doesn't have any quad weaknesses.
I don't think it
It
should
also
be.
hits.
I don't think it's gonna like insanely hard to take down. But again, I'm only
Nah, yeah, no,
speculating.
I don't think it's gonna be that chunky. I do think it is gonna hit kind of harder than people expect.
Yeah,
Um, but I will probably do, one Staravia and then just kind of, get whatever I can get out of the wild for Starly,
yeah.
and then that'll be it.
This is happening.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out of my way for it.
Well, this is happening on a Sunday, so it's not a bad thing to do if you have nothing else to do for the rest of the day. So, again, it's not like that we're not super excited about Starly being a Community Day Pokemon. It is a nice, it is an okay shiny, I guess. It's being released for the first time. After the hype of Dino, really, it's just a matter of like toning it down, and I guess then that's what Niantic wants when it comes down to it. So.
I will say Staraptor is exponentially better than the other two.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of that little blue tip on his hair.
Of course, it can also learn superpower, so.
Yeah.
Beat down those damn ice types, anyways. But yeah, that's Community Day for July. Be excited, be not excited, that's up to you. Let us know if you are. But we have the Kurogura, the Dumpto news that we wanted for July. We know what's happening in the month of July. And it's not a lot. So let's go right through it, shall we, Chris?
All right.
The very first things that we're going to talk about, of course, Berlin and Seattle are happening in the month of July, with Sapporo, I believe, kicking us and the ending at the beginning of August. So if you want to buy your tickets, they're still available. Go ahead and get them. It's going to be a blast. If you want to go to Seattle, at least I'll be there. And a lot of community members too. So we're gonna have a good time. We'll have a good weekend that weekend. We already talked about July's Community Day, but let's talk about the upcoming news or upcoming events. Chris, what do you got?
Well, the Pokemon Go anniversary event. We knew this was coming. It's going to be starting Wednesday, July 6th until Tuesday, July 12th. Very interesting. And then I guess there's going to be a mystery event. What? A special event featuring Pokemon debuts and new adventures? You bet. Get ready for a to-be-revealed event that will take place from Wednesday, July 27th, 2022 to Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. I've got a sneaking suspicion it's going to be related to all the beasts that we've been seeing, but we don't know yet.
True. There's also a little bit of speculation that we'll get to it in just a moment.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you are wondering why these events are too far in between, it's mostly because of the other events. So Berlin is happening this weekend. Then we'll go into the Pokemon Go anniversary, which if we do well in Berlin, we'll have the Ultra unlock. So we'll have more news about that in the coming days. Then we have Community Day. And then we have Seattle. So all of that happening in the month of July, and then we'll have this mystery event that everybody's talking about right after that. So once we do well in Seattle, we'll also get the Ultra unlock for that special event. A lot of speculation is happening. Maybe a new Mega is happening. Ultra Beast, Yuzu, and Pokemon's. A lot of different things that usually are in the data mine already. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they'll just do better. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so with that being said, of course, that's all the events as for the month of July. But again, it's a packed July because it's got to just keep on going for sure.
It's stacked, yeah.
It's stacked. So that being said, what are the raid bosses for this month?
Well. We have some some Spanish coming in.
Uno.
We got Friday, July 1st until Thursday, July 7th. We're going to be seeing Articuno,
Uno,
which obviously has that shiny chance. Thursday, July 7th until Thursday, July 14th. We're going to be seeing Zapdos.
Dos.
And then I think you guys know where this is going. Thursday, July 14th until Friday, July 22nd. We're going to be seeing Moltres.
Tres.
And then obviously the fourth bird is Dialga.
Dialga!
So Friday, July 22nd until Sunday, July 31st, we're going to be having Dialga. So that's gonna be fantastic.
Thank you.
I think you know which one of those I'm gonna be rating the
Oh
most.
yeah, no, definitely. Thank you for the first hunter on Twitter for actually giving me the best name for this podcast episode because
Yup, I saw that.
I was like, dang, okay, that actually makes sense. But yeah, so all the birds are coming back for the month of July, and then Dialga giving us a special last week on the last week of July, which it's kind of interesting to know. But if it makes sense, if we're going to see Hisu in Pokemons, then Dialga and Palkia are really relevant to that. That'd be kind of cool. However, I am looking for that Shando Shiny, so I'll be ready that for the foreseeable future. I do have extra large candies to actually power up two Dialgas at this point. I just haven't used them
Dude,
yet.
dude, when I went out to a kava bar, there was a guy that had two perfect Dialgas, and he did not sound happy about them.
Well, why?
I was like, dude, these are like godlike in PvP.
Yeah,
It's like, and
and yeah, of course.
oh no,
But either
I was
way,
super jealous.
yeah. Either way, it's somewhat exciting. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Now, if they give us a curveball to the whole thing and they want to give us a little extra, maybe make Articuno, Septo, and Moltres the Galarian forms too. Maybe that's the Ultra Unlock. That'd be nice though.
Ooh, is that the mystery?
I don't know, but
Ooh,
they are the assets, the APK mines, so they definitely there's resounding when it comes down to it. Maybe they want us to get the extra large candy for it. But of course, I don't think we'll see the shinies.
nah.
But it's definitely something that in the future it's a possibility. So kudos, and
Yeah,
hopefully if
very
Niantic
nice.
if Niantic really wants to surprise us, I really do think that they should go that route. So I think that will be make it just a little more exciting how the month will go, and you'll see more money coming in Niantic. So, but yeah, so after that we have our megas in the corresponding days that Chris have mentioned. We have Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y coming in through from July 1st to July 14th, even though we already had it for the last 2 weeks in the pool of the starters. Then we have Mega Pidgeot flying in from July 14th to July 22, and Mega Gengar is coming in from July 22nd to July 31st. So all of them can be shiny, all of them can be interesting, still pretty good. If you want to get your you can get your Mega Energy for it, that'd be pretty cool. And then, of course, our raid hours. Raid hours between July 6th for Articuno, July 13th for those, July 20th for Tres, and then July 27th for Dialga for that reason. So, raid hours, I don't think a lot of people are going to go out for the raid hours to read the first three birds, though.
Uh, just the fact that they don't have special moves like they did before.
Yeah,
I'm just not as excited for them at all.
that's true. It's probably something that they need to add.
It it is nice that two of them you should be able to pretty much raid between two people like with your eyes closed.
Basically, just tap tap
Yeah.
tap close. Anyways, but yeah, it's still pretty interesting. But I'll let you take away the research breakthrough box for the month.
Oh, yo, it's something that we have a lot of love and compassion for. July research breakthrough for July. Uh, it's gonna be starting July 1st. Obviously, is gonna be Lickitung, and it's going all the way to August. And obviously, it's got that shiny chance. It is very annoying to battle in PvP in the Great League. It's very fun to use yourself. So yeah, super super cool.
Super interesting. I don't know why they would choose it, but again, another non-exciting breakthrough box in the end of the day.
Oh, you don't like it?
We had raid hour or raid day for that. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. It really feels like it's for the people that are either grinding the extra large candy or didn't get a shiny, I guess, already.
I mean,
Because this isn't going to have Body Slam. You really want Body Slam on it.
that's true.
So, yeah, I don't know. I am excited for it, though. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
Well, I mean, if you're lucky enough to even get an extra large candy for the encounter,
That's
so,
true.
so it's
That is
not
true.
it's good to, I guess since we can trade for it and things like that, you can get
Yeah,
a shiny.
trade
You
for
get
that guaranteed.
yeah, so it's interesting in the end of these. And then Spotlight Hour, what we got?
Ew. We have July 5th, Ladybug. 2 times XP for catching Pokemon.
I still need the shiny
Uh,
for that.
yeah. uh, July 12th is Machop. 2 times candy for catching Pokemon again. July 19th, Staryu. 2 times candy for transferring Pokemon. Okay.
Okay.
And July 26th is Meditite. 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon. Um, it is very interesting. They got 2 in a row for 2 times candy for catching Pokemon. These can all be shiny. And for July 19th in particular, I would highly recommend all the Pokemon you are planning on getting rid of to just have them all ready to delete right when the event starts so you can focus on catching Staryu.
Yeah.
Um, and that's pretty much all I have to say for those.
I'm probably going to actually have to delete few before that because I'm starting to have a lot of space problems.
You're just catching, you're
Yeah.
suffering from success.
Always. But yeah, and again, one last recommendation: if you are going to be doing the spotlight hours, just evolve something that is actually equivalent to the Pokemon, so you can get the extra large candy. Points and it done. I do believe that Machop's extra large candy will be really enticing. Same with Meditite at one point. So keep an eye out for those guys. It's still pretty good in the end of the day. All of them can be shiny, so that's a plus. With that being said, yeah, that is the dump of news of July. Woohoo!
Yay!
I don't know. It feels like it still needs a little bit more, but again, we still have Berlin and Seattle and the Ultra Unlock, so there's still going to be a lot. Now, I really think that if they're gonna do the Ultra Unlock for Berlin, just give us the Galarian birds. That's all I want. That's all I need. Ooh, Snorlax in my house. Shiny?
Oh,
Nah, dang it. Still, I'll take it. But yeah, so that being said, actually I caught a Shadow Snorlax, a 3-star Shiner Snorlax, which unfortunately is only a 15, 12, 15 Purified.
still,
And this
that is a cool one.
Snorlax flats, so cool.
So rude.
I know, right? But yeah, so that's the dump of news for July. Let's get into our PvP section, Chris. Get wrecked. Here we go. All right, so the best news of all, something that Niantic has been long overdue at this point, and the community has rejoiced. GBL is 90% fixed at this point. Niantic support tweeted out, trainers, the Go Battle League fixes in the known issue space are now active for both Go Battle League and trainer battles. Please note that the fix for Protect Shields issues has been delayed into the next build of it. But yeah, so in the known issue page, there has been a lot of issues when it comes to fast move leak, the start of battle desync, disappearing charge move, things like that happened, to be annoying in Go Battle League. And unfortunately, in the last few weeks, Go Battle League has been incredibly buggy, incredibly sad. People were really not actually enticing to play that much unless they can get through all the actual problems of it. Because of this last update and this last integration onto the Go Battle League, a lot of creators and a lot of people are actually saying, then thank you, Jesus, for this update because we needed it the most. Some people are saying that there's still a little bit of lagginess here and there, but that's because of how smooth Go Battle League has been doing in the last few days. And I think that's what the rejoice part of it is. A lot of people are actually saying, or at least the battlers are saying, that this is probably the best update they could have for Go Battle League. Any thoughts?
I'm definitely super excited about it. I think this has, something to do with them, trying to show the competitive side of Pokemon Go more.
Sure.
That it's actually, showing up in regionals and even worlds very soon.
Yes.
And I think this is definitely a big step for that. It needs to play a lot smoother for everyone if it's gonna have that footing. And yeah, I've played a little bit. It does feel pretty solid. There are still some quirks. I don't know. It still feels a little bit off, but yeah, I am very excited about this.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that, again, just the community has rejoiced to see. And just like you mentioned, there's still a few things. You just got to get adapted to it. But in the end of the day, there was actually somebody from support itself, and I think it's actually one of the guys that talks about Go Battle League and all this stuff. He said, and unfortunately I can't find his tweet right now. He did say that this was a long time coming. We wanted to actually implement this for a while. It's not an easy fix every time a problem arises, but we're happy to really put this update into the fall finally, and then give the chance to all the players out there to really enjoy Go Battle League the way that it should be. So praises all around. Niantic, you finally did something good, thank God. But yeah, so keep at it, keep fixing the problems, and we understand that this is a one time fix. It's gonna come over in the next few fixes in the long run. So hey, maybe I'll finally be able to play some Go Battle League when I need to. I need to get into Masters though. I want my Masters team. But yeah, and then Factions update. I did say so. I did see a little sneak peek on Twitter. So
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. It was very rough, but we actually did do a lot better than we did versus this team last time. So I am very excited about that. Here we go. Yeah, we battled Texas PvP. Highly regard them as one of the best teams in this league for silver. In my personal opinion. I've battled Evie Sophie before, and our best trainer in my okay, maybe that's a little bit of bias. Adonis Cretus did very well versus her, and he had a bit of trouble, so that was cool to see. I battled Major Bowman, and I was able to go 1-2. I was very confident with my team versus his, but he made some very good calls, and he was able to get 2/1 on me, and we ended up losing 8-13. So obviously we would have liked it to be a little bit closer, or even just win, but very happy with how it went this time. It could have been a lot worse, honestly. So I'm very happy. And we're thinking we just lost a little bit of footing just from moving people around, and just kind of getting people in the wrong mindset, or like catching them off guard, like for us.
Right.
So we're hoping with some more stability next week that helps us get those wins that we need.
Hey, you live and learn. That's all you gotta do. So tough week for you guys, that's for sure. But keep at it, guys.
Yeah.
Keep at it. I'm sure you'll do way better pretty soon. All right. So with that being said, let's get into our final questions. As always, I keep forgetting to actually post the question on Twitter. So I'll post this and the next question that we are planning to talk to you guys. So the question of the week. Last week we have, what's the best tips and tricks you mastered that you want to teach new players? We kind of went over this already, and of course, since I didn't put it in there, just make sure you keep it out there. But then this week, if you want to, which Pokemon do you want max out this summer? Now, this might be more a question for the hardcore players, and I do understand, not a lot of us or a lot of our listeners also are super hard grinder. But I do hope to max out at least a Dialga if I can at that point, or one of the best legendaries.
A Dialga? Oh my!
A Dialga, just because I got enough for two. Just give me the Shando. But yeah, Dialga, and I want to actually try to see if I can max out as many of my Mega level Pokemons that are ready to go for anything like that. I have a few, but I need more, and the grind never stops. Chris, do you have any plans of grinding?
Mostly for Dialga. Other than that, definitely gonna be trying to get some XP. I'm I'm like less than 5 mil away from 39. So it definitely feels like, oh my gosh, I'm knocking on 50's door finally. Yeah, it took me 10 years, basically, is what it feels like.
Next
Um,
time we'll do a race for level 60. How about
oh no. Yeah, you know it's coming too.
that? Yeah, probably.
But but yeah, it's definitely exciting.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So max out the experience. That's all you gotta do. Max out as much experience. Not
Yeah.
even just the Pokemon, but the experience of gameplay. It works that way too. With that being said, anything else, Chris? That we gotta cover? Anything else that we gotta remember? I know I'm gonna be opening some packs next Sunday.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know we got Pokemon Go coming out this Friday, July 1st.
Maybe Thursday if Walmart is generous.
It is possible it comes out early for a few places. Some people might get lucky. I think some people have already come in contact with it actually.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I'm very excited for that.
yeah,
The set feels a little. I'll be honest, it feels a little bit like it's missing a little bit,
right.
but all the great cards that are in it, you're more likely to pull them,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah.
So that's awesome.
It's a small set. It's not like the biggest thing in the world, but it's still pretty good, at least for us for Pokemon Go players. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to open.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, with that being said, thank you so much for listening, everybody, to the podcast. Anybody who's joined us, of course, in the live stream. You can always check us out at any of our podcast services fees: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. If you can leave us a review, we would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. You can find our socials, the Purified Podcast on Twitter, Pure Let It Go for myself, Pick Up Pokemon Trigger Please for Chris. We also have our email, purifiedpodcast@gmail.com, if you want to join us there, or at least send us some information if you want to talk about. And join us on our Discord. Discord, it's always there. It's always in the link in the description, in the podcast services fees. Twitter, so you can find us anywhere if you want to. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. With that being said, Chris, I believe it's time for us to take it away for the night.
All right, all right, all right. Um, it has been a fabulous week in Pokemon Go, and we still got so much to look forward to. All the Go Fest, all the TCG, and there's just more going on. And it feels like Pokemon wants to keep it a bit of a secret. We even got that mystery event coming up. I hope you guys are looking forward to everything that Pokemon Go has. I hope you guys are playing with your community and enjoying it to its fullest. We'll see you guys next week with a lot more grinding and a lot more shinies. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.